What's going on, guys? Beatbox Blade here, and I'm bringing you a video today on what if Orochimaru had never turned evil. With that being said, let's get started. Now, number one is that Yamato wouldn't be able to use wood style. It's because Yamato originally was an experiment from Orochimaru, seeing if a regular body would reject or keep the cells of Hashirama, in which Yamato was one of his test subjects, and Yamato ended up keeping them. His body didn't reject them, thus he's able to use wood style. But if Orochimaru had never turned evil, he wouldn't have been experimenting on people, and thus Yamato wouldn't be able to use wood style. Number two, Kabuto would be out of a job. And I say that is because Kabuto pretty much his whole life has worked under Orochimaru, like doing all different kinds of crap with him. With Orochimaru not leaving the village, him not being evil, Kabuto would be out there just wandering around. I guess maybe studying reanimation or something. I don't know. All right. Next point is that Orochimaru would be out there exploring all different kinds of jutsu. It's because he was interested in different jutsu before he turned evil. It was right after he started experimenting where he turned evil. Thus, he would be exploring the world, learning all different kinds of jutsu. Even he'd be reading the Leaf's archive, the cloud, the sand, all that, if they allowed him to. Which he was a sanin, so they would probably allow him to. Next is that Anko wouldn't learn anything with snakes. It's because Orochimaru gave her a curse mark, and with him being evil and being out there, he had Anko with him, and she wouldn't learn anything about snakes. It's because Orochimaru didn't teach her. Next is that nobody would have curse marks. I say that because Jugo, his clan was the people who used curse marks and, killed people and all that. They had a little bit of control on it. But Orochimaru took Jugo and, well, not just Jugo. He took Jugo and other people and developed that kind of seal for his own to be able to give to other people. Thus, if Orochimaru wasn't evil, that wouldn't happen. Next, oh man. Next is that Jugo would still be living in a cave. It's because Kimimaro didn't come and be like, hey, you're cool, we're cool. Kimimaro did that because he had a curse mark himself, thus he understood Jugo. Plus, he was stronger than Jugo's because of his Shikotsu Myaku, the bones coming out of him. So, yeah. Next is that Kimimaro would be wandering the world. And I say that is because the only reason Kimimaro became who he was because Orochimaru had picked him up. After his whole clan, the Kaguya clan, got annihilated, he was just sitting there looking at a river, and then Orochimaru came up, be like, come here, boy, we can go and do crap. But with Orochimaru not being there, Kimimaro would be the sole survivor of the Kaguya clan. Next is pretty interesting. I say Orochimaru would become the 5th Hokage. The only reason, well, he wanted to be Hokage, first of all, but the 3rd didn't allow him to. And the only reason is because he saw the evil that was within Orochimaru. But if that evil wasn't there, Orochimaru would become the 5th Hokage. Hokage. I say that because he's strong, he was one of the sanin, and he knows a whole lot. So yeah. Next is that Sasuke would learn jutsu from Orochimaru. Because Orochimaru, him being who he is, he's not really restricted to any type of, jutsu release. He's not restricted to fire or wind or ground, earth, lightning. He's not restricted to any of them. He can know all of them, as we've seen him use wind. I don't think we've seen him use lightning, but we have seen him use wind, earth, fire, and I believe water, as well as some yin and yang stuff. So yeah, Sasuke, with him being a lightning style and a fire style, would learn from Orochimaru. Yeah. Now, next is that Jiraiya and Tsunade would be in the village a lot more. And I say that is because remember when Tsunade came in the village? When Tsunade became Hokage, Jiraiya was in the village a lot more, if you noticed. With Orochimaru becoming Hokage, Tsunade and Jiraiya would be in the village a lot more because, this is like our friend who just became Hokage. That's why Jiraiya was everywhere, and that's why he eventually got killed, is because he took the order from Tsunade. Alright? Next is that Sasuke would win the fight with Haku because of the jutsu he learned from Orochimaru. As my other point was, he learned a bunch of jutsu from Orochimaru, and with Sasuke being an Uchiha and Orochimaru being who he is, being a sanin, Sasuke could learn a whole lot from Orochimaru. Not just like fire style, but lightning crap. And if his fire style was strong enough, he could like melt Haku's crystallized stuff. So yeah. Next is that the sand and sound wouldn't participate in the exams. And I say that is because, well, one, the third is in the village, and Orochimaru's in the village. Orochimaru, being a good guy, is in the village. Thus, the Sand's plan was to team up with Orochimaru to take the leaf. But if Orochimaru wasn't there to, kill their Kazekage, pose as him, and then try to kill the Hokage, which he actually did, but if Orochimaru wasn't in that scene, the sand would be gone and the sound would be gone. Yeah. Let's see. Next is the whole leaf raid wouldn't happen. It's because Orochimaru wasn't there to lead it, which is what my last point was. Okay. This one is interesting. There was 12 candidates of the Konoha 11, or the Konoha 12 actually, which was Naruto's class, who was in the tuning exams round 1, round 2, and then they never got to round 3. But here, I am going to be isolating who would win and who would lose from the beginning of the tuning exams to the end of the tuning exams. Ready? Let's go. Let me look at my list. Round 1, who would be eliminated? Shino, Ino, Kiba, Choji, Sakura, and Tenten. And I say that is because Shino's really only effectiveness... He's smart, don't get me wrong, but his effectiveness isn't really that much with a hand-to-hand combat person, which is what everybody else was. Because I remember seeing a filler episode where Shino, Kiba, and Hinata were like going after this bandit. And he came up to Shino and like beat the crap out of Shino because Shino's a long distance fighter because of his bugs. Thus, the whole episode was based around Shino learning fighting from Kiba and Hinata, which was after the tuning exams. But yeah, Ino sucks. Kiba would just lose to Naruto again because they were matched up originally. Choji, him and his jutsu suck. Plus, he hadn't developed the 3 pills yet. Sakura sucks. She doesn't know anything. She's completely useless. And Tenten is completely useless because all she can do is throw a dagger. That's pretty much the extent of her power. I can summon this. I can throw this. Which every ninja is designed to dodge. So, kinda useless. Alright, that was round 1. Let's go into round 2. Alright. Round 2, who would be eliminated? Hinata, Neji, and Shikamaru. And I say that is because it would be down to 5, well, sort of. It would be down to 5 people, which would be Hinata, Neji, Shikamaru, Rock Lee, and Naruto. Because Naruto's 9 tails and nothing can beat him. So, Hinata, she knows a lot, but she would get wiped pretty much immediately. Neji would go far, but Naruto would beat him in the end, just because, well, he originally did. Shikamaru Yes, he does know a lot. He is able to strategize. But what can Shikamaru do against one Naruto, who has almost an unlimited supply of chakra, okay? And Rock Lee, who can open up 5 of the 8 gates. I mean, Gaara's sheer willpower was enough to get out of Shikamaru's jutsu. If he went up against Rock Lee, who without his Jinchuriki power, Rock Lee is stronger than Gaara, I would say, with his 5 gates. I don't think Shikamaru would last against Rock Lee. And now, the last match would be between Naruto and Lee. Naruto because of his 9 tails, and Lee because of his 5 gates. Who would win? Naruto would win. It's because he's a Jinchuriki. There's really nothing more you can say about that. He was able to summon up the power. Okay, he was able to summon up the power by himself to defeat Neji, okay? By himself. Now, if Rock Lee with his 5 gates pushed Naruto like even further than Neji did or Sasuke did, well, there are people in the village who could control Naruto if he went out of hand. Like Jiraiya was there, Kakashi would be able to do it. But Naruto is able to maintain consciousness for 3 tails, okay? 3 tails. 1 tail was enough to match with Sasuke, okay? 1 tail. 2 tails would have obliterated Sasuke. 3 tails would have... I don't even want to know. He would just been like, I look at you. Bam, I'm right next to you. You're done. But if he unleashed that against Lee, he would be even faster than Lee was. I'm declaring that. He would be faster than Lee was with his 3 tails power. God forbid 4 tails. Oh yeah, so Naruto would become Chunin is my point in that. Next is that Naruto would still leave with Jiraiya, and I say that to control more of the 9 tails' power, plus learn a bunch before the Akatsuki come. Okay, that 12 minutes and 45 seconds was Naruto. Let's move on to Naruto Shippuden, where we got a lot in store for us with Orochimaru as Hokage. Alright, ready? Go. Number 1 in the Shippuden part is Team 7 and Team Guy would be deployed after Gaara. And I say that is because, well, Team 7 was originally deployed after Gaara because Sai wasn't there though, but Naruto, Sakura, and Kakashi were sent out. If Sasuke was in the mix, which he didn't turn evil, which is why he would still be there, they would send them out to go and fight the Akatsuki. And Team Guy was there because Team Guy was available and is super strong. Next is that Sasuke and Kakashi would go after Deidara. And I say that is because, yeah, Naruto, I'm so mad, I'm gonna kill you, you're after Gaara. Sasuke, who is, what I might add is 16 during all the events of Shippuden, 16 and 17, he knows quite a lot with his Sharingan. I mean, the first time you see him in Shippuden, which was the first episode, he's looking at you with his Sharingan on. Something he was barely able to control in the original Naruto. But during this fight, or during this intro scene, Sasuke, during the 3-year gap, Sasuke would already know everything about the Sharingan. I'm not sure about the Amaterasu, but he knows some crazy Genjutsu, as well as a smaller version of the Tsukuyomi, I'd say. But yeah, Sasuke with his visual prowess and Kakashi with his visual prowess would go after Deidara. And Naruto would understand is because Sasuke and Kakashi are a deadly duo. Alright? Next is that Naruto with his 9 tails power would destroy Sasori. I'm so far away from the camera. Would destroy Sasori. It's because, I mean, Naruto, Nine Tails power, what are you going to do against that? Deidara could do nothing against that. I say that in confidence is because Naruto... Remember this scene right here? That scene against Haku? When he got shivved with a bunch of needles and then shrugged it off? That was like pure gold. He didn't even take any damage, even though he was being stuck by needles all over him. With this Nine Tails power that Naruto has going after Sasori, Sasori wouldn't stand a chance. There would be no meeting with Orochimaru. 'Tis my next point. At the end of Season 1, it was Sasori talking, which is Johnny Young Bosch. I love this guy. He was talking about Orochimaru and Sasori were supposed to have, or no, not Orochimaru. Kabuto and Sasori were supposed to have like a get together, a talk about random crap, because Sasori had him under a mind control jutsu. But once Sasori died, he didn't have it anymore. And thus, there would be no meeting with Orochimaru, because Orochimaru wasn't evil, and Sasuke was still in the village. Next is that, pretty much what I just said. Nothing in Season 2 would happen. Which is everything about Orochimaru, the meeting with Orochimaru and Sasuke and all that. Next is that Naruto would learn the Rasen Shuriken. Not really much I can say about that. Just he would learn the Rasen Shuriken is because, you know, my own jutsu. Sweet. That'd be about the extent. Now, into Season 4, Sasuke would defeat Hidan and Kakuzu. Okay? This is like however many months into the Naruto Shippuden series. Like, in Naruto, this would be months after Naruto returned. With Sasuke still being there, him having his visual prowess, being able to do anything with his visual prowess, he'd just put Hidan and Kakuzu under a powerful genjutsu. Because I'm sure he would have developed his Mangekyo, because there was the stone tablet that was under the Uchiha hideout, and only the Uchiha or only those with Sharingan could read it, and it's talked about the Mangekyo Sharingan, which Sasuke would be able to unveil by now, because he did it all on his own. He learned everything about the Sharingan all on his own. He didn't learn anything from Itachi, he just saw it in Itachi's eyes. So he would put Hidan and Kakuzu under like a powerful genjutsu, and they'd bury Hidan, and they'd do whatever with Kakuzu. Throw a Rasen Shuriken at him, I don't know. What would happen if you threw a Rasen Shuriken at Hidan? Would it affect him at all? I don't know. Next is that Deidara wouldn't die because Sasuke wasn't there to kill him. Next is that Jiraiya wouldn't die because Jiraiya being Hokage. Oh, sorry about that. I had something annoying at my door. Anyways, Jiraiya wouldn't die is because, remember a line that Naruto said where if Jiraiya wasn't Hokage, or if Jiraiya was Hokage, he wouldn't have let Grandma Tsunade go after Pain. And with that line being said, Orochimaru, being Hokage, wouldn't let Tsunade or Jiraiya go after Pain. It's because, one, Orochimaru knows a lot about Rinnegan and all that because he's been around the block. Thus, he would know how powerful it is. Thus, he wouldn't let anyone go after him. Maybe, like, possibly Naruto, maybe, but pretty much almost nobody. We're almost done. Next is that Sasuke would fight Itachi, but lose. And I say that is because the only reason Sasuke won a lot of this fight, Sasuke was able to hold himself in this fight, was one, Chidori, him knowing Chidori, and him knowing the Chidori blade or whatever, and him knowing Kirin, and Orochimaru coming out and like stalling Itachi, taking a little bit of his power and making him use Amaterasu and all that. But if Orochimaru wasn't in this scene, Sasuke wouldn't have held up his fight a lot. Thus, Sasuke would lose, meaning he would die. Next is that Naruto would learn Sage Mode and discover on his own about the chakra receptors. With Jiraiya not going out there and capturing a pain body, and them not being able to do a biopsy on the girl Pain, or the long-haired Pain's body or whatever, they wouldn't know about the chakra receptors. Thus, Naruto, with his Sage Mode, him being deceptive as ever, he would stick one of the chakra receptors in himself and see where the chakra was headed to, or was coming from. Thus, Naruto would do all that on his own. Next is that the 5 Kage Summit would still occur, and Obito would still declare war. Everything in that aspect would stay the same. Next is that Naruto would learn to control the 9 tails with B, which that would still stay the same. And next is that the war would be won. The 4th Great Ninja War, that is. And I say that is because Kabuto was the main reason that anybody stood a chance. Okay? That the bad guys stood a chance, pretty much. It's because he was able to reanimate Madara and pretty much everybody else. But if Kabuto wasn't there, because he wasn't trained under Orochimaru and he knew pretty much close to nothing, they wouldn't be able to reanimate anything. Thus, they would be able to take Obito, whatever Akatsuki are left. I think there was only like Zetsu and Kisame. No, Kisame died. I think it was just Obito and Zetsu. Pretty sure they'd be able to take him, because Orochimaru does know the reanimation jutsu. He used it in the 4th Great Ninja War to resurrect the 4 past Kage. Thus, that would be done and dealt with. I'm so far away from the camera, I apologize. But that has been my theory. Beatbox Blade, thinking out of the box. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. I hope you was having a good day. I had a good day today. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Peace.